see the different perspective.
I haven't started an outline or anything yet, so you're fine.
Okay, guys.
It's up here.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Your word of the day today is abscond. Quiz tomorrow, remember. Yes, it is a verb, it
Tomorrow's
means,
Friday.
yeah, tomorrow's Friday. I should probably put that up there. Oops.
I know today's Thursday, but in my head today is Tuesday. I don't know why.
Well, get that out of your head.
Exactly.
Okay, so abscond as a verb means to sneak away and hide. In the confusion, the super spy absconded into the night with the secret plans. Grendel absconds with humans. Sneaks away to.
Would you say absconds with them or absconds like to or from them?
I would. Well, in the example, I didn't say either. In the confusion, the super spy absconded into the night. So you could say absconds into the night. Abscond. I would say absconds with, because you sneak away with.
What part of speech is this?
It's a verb.
It's a verb.
Something you can do. My dog absconds with the bone. when she's
Oh,
on
so
it.
like taking it away. But I'm
Exactly.
thinking like if you're hiding from something.
Oh, I see.
Like it would just be absconded from.
Yeah. Okay, so quiz tomorrow. Trip, do you ever abscond away with them? Okay, chapter 3.
Oh, Marnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine too. Girl. I don't know where she's at. I think Holly's not gonna be here today, right?
Right, she's not. It's a Jewish holiday and she decided to take it off.
What? No.
And then Lauren is
Tennis.
playing tennis. I don't know where Renee is.
I hope she's not sick. Something's been going around.
Yeah, we got a letter home from Jack's school about the virus.
Yeah.
Is it like that, like the respiratory one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Isn't it just like most of our kids have asthma and stuff?
Yeah, it's the other day.
We've had a couple kids in our church who've been in the hospital for it, like young kids.
yeah.
It's been hard for them.
And we're not big on flu shots in our house.
I just don't like shots.
I'm just
Like
not.
my body can fight it.
I'm so pro immune system. I'm probably gonna die of something really
I'm not
easily.
convinced that they work. I don't know. I don't know. I just am not convinced. Every time I get one, I get sick and they say, oh, there's no connection. Or, I love this one. Oh, well, that flu shot didn't protect against that particular strain. I'm like, well, then what's the point?
Yeah.
But, I know people who get them religiously and swear by them, but I'm not.
I don't
My
really
mom
get
makes
sick
me
though.
get them religiously.
Same. Yes.
What,
I
Matt?
have to get them at least like twice a year.
Do you really?
I'm sorry.
I cannot wait till I'm 18, but I'm done.
Your mom makes you get them? Or you
I've
get?
had so many shots.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous. Cause my mom makes me do a yearly yearly checkup.
Oh, yeah.
So
I think that's
it's like
smart.
every 2 years I have to get like 4 shots at one time.
Oh.
Really? I don't have to get any more until I'm like 20.
Well, like
Exactly.
yeah, I don't have to get any more until I think I'm like 18. But like lately, I feel like I've gotten so many shots like since I was like 10.
Mm. Well, there's shots for a lot more things when I was little. You can get the chickenpox vaccine now, you can get the pneumonia vaccine, the flu vaccine, we never had those three when I was a child, but
I get them mixed up my nose.
yeah.
So, yes.
I just wonder, is all that good for us? I don't know. I'm not one of those moms that's like anti-vaccine. I'm kind of in the middle. Like, when you have a baby, you guys don't know about this, and hopefully not for a very long time, but they give that baby so many shots before it leaves the hospital. And in its first year of life, it has over 20 shots. And it's like, wow, is that, you know, there's all kinds of studies of does it lead to this, does it lead to that? I don't know about that, but I'm just like, you know, the more active you are, the more your immune system can fight off things. And you guys are very active people, especially if you're, you know, dancing 3 or 4 hours a day. It's good for your immune system, but I just don't know. Anyway, let's get to Grendel. Chapter 3. What are our thoughts? What's happening in chapter 3, and then talk about Gardner's writing style and how you're adjusting, and how's his writing style different from Bradbury or Orwell or
Bradbury and Orwell are straightforward, and he's
Like,
not.
I can't even understand what's going on because he goes so, like, around to tell you what's going on, and it's like, I didn't even catch that, so I
Okay.
have to read it.
what would be the purpose to his writing style to do that, you think?
To, like, show that Grendel's life is kind of like,
Grendel's life is monotonous, and so is his writing.
Yeah. Grendel's like what?
I'm sorry. It's like monotonous. It's just like everything is like for Grendel. He feels like everything isn't alive. He's the only thing that's like really alive, and everything else just kind of happens, and he's there to oversee it almost. I don't know. And his writing style is just kind of like drags on, and I feel like everything's repetitive. And like Maddie was talking about before, like sometimes we use the same adjective or like whatever, like twice in one sentence. It's like,
Three
Yes.
times.
oh, there we go.
Okay.
Please
Observe
read it.
myself, observing what I observe, it startles me. Then I am not that which observes.
Okay, yeah, that's a great example. You know, it's the same kind of concept when we read Wuthering Heights. Bronte, the book, to some, can seem to drag on and on, much like Heathcliff and Cathy's love for each other. And, you know, we've all seen movies where it's like, okay, it should have ended there, but it didn't. Or that's how Wuthering Heights was to some readers. It should have been done 100 pages ago, and it wasn't. And so, you know, there are theories that Gardner wrote so the reader could kind of feel what Grendel was going through, or the confusion in Grendel's mind is the confusion you're experiencing as a reader. That's one theory, right? So stick with it. It's so different from anything that you read in American literature, for sure. I prefer American literature. Am I allowed to say that? I just
Yes.
did. I do prefer it. There's so much more to choose from in American lit to have kids read, and it's so, like you said, straightforward. It's here's a book about racism, here's a book about discrimination, right? And I guess this could be about discrimination in a way. People are discriminating against Grendel. That would be a stretch. I mean, he is a monster after all. But anyway, what's going on in chapter 3? What? War. Yes. Anyone want to elaborate on that? Crickets, literally.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. There's like, I don't really want to call them, but like different, because they're not separate kingdoms, are they? But just like different leaders and like groups of people who
Right.
all get drunk and like make wild claims to fight each other and
Danes
like empty
and the-
threats, but
yeah.
then end up sometimes actually fighting each other. And so apparently they kind of had a time of just not necessarily rest, but people are just kind of like worn out of fighting, and then it's all starting back up again.
Yeah.
But Hrothgar is kind of the head and understands, I think, how to fight most effectively.
Mhm.
And so he started like collecting, what's it called? I don't know. And like you go around to your citizens and ask for like their leather or gold or something,
Right.
what's that called? There's a word for it, like a specific term.
Yeah,
Cool,
I don't know, it doesn't matter, we know what we're talking about.
it's okay, yeah,
Um,
it'll come.
but
to
like
us.
all the citizens are made to feel like they're doing something great by contributing to the cause, but like obviously they're not. Just getting rid of their
Yeah,
stuff.
back in the Viking times, they would fight and then they would go to this hall and drink and eat, like feast. And Grendel would count on them doing this, because he can hear them, and he hates loud noises, and so they would get so drunk that they would end up sleeping it off in the mead hall, and then that's when Grendel would attack, because their defenses are down and they can't really fight him off. And so he would feast on them. They would feast on food and he would feast on them. And that's his perception of man.
oh, how the hunter become the hunted.
Yeah, exactly. And if that's your perception of man, you can maybe understand why it might be annoying to some, right? But that's all he sees, is that they kill things and they live a very, in a way, a lavish lifestyle, an excessive lifestyle, right? They fight to excess, they eat and drink to excess. And Grendel is disturbed by that. What else? Anything else in chapter 3?
Grendel makes a comment about how like not even wolves are like so quick to turn on each other and fight, but the humans are constantly fighting each other.
Right.
And he's kind of like making this like, realization as he's seeing all these wars start to pick up again. And there was something else that you touched on, but I forget what it was, so if I remember, I'll come back.
Okay. Marnie, the word of the day is on the board. We were hoping you weren't sick or anything, that's good.
Oh, I remembered.
Okay,
He was frustrated, like you said, like they are so excessive in their killing, and so he's saying like they kill all the time and like leave all these dead bodies and they're wasteful with it. It's not like they'll just shoot birds for sport,
right,
but they don't do anything, so he'll try to like bring it home and then his mom gets upset because it smells bad.
right, right. Yes, he gets very upset at their waste, their excess and their waste, and he also feels like he can't please his mother. And I think we've all experienced that, right? Trying to please a parent or a coach or a teacher or whatever, and maybe you're not getting the feedback that you had hoped for. And he's really experiencing frustration all around him, which I think contributes to why he's the way he is. Marnie, we were just discussing chapter 3 and Gardner's writing style, and saying that he was, well, some of the comments were that he used the same adjectives all the time and that he's very descriptive. Do you have any comments about chapter 3?
I guess more just like, I really kinda like can see his side, because like I think like he more is trying to explain like why he has so much disgust for humans, like all the waste and like how they like became from like nomads to like a civilization, and it really just got worse as it went.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes I kinda think the same thing, and like, or I'm just like, gosh, like people are so wasteful and they're so violent, and it's just kinda disgusting to think about sometimes, so I like really can relate.
You're right, there are, even though this book is so old, there are a lot of relevant things going on that you can compare to our society. The wastefulness, the war. I mean, there's always some kind of war going on. Right now we're sending people to Syria to try and combat this ISIS crisis. That was bad. But, so,
Funny how that works out.
you can kind of see it from that perspective. Do you think that Gardner was trying to get the reader to feel sorry for Grendel? A little bit, you think? Marnie?
I feel like what he's just trying to do is like, maybe not exactly make us feel like sorry for him, but see like why he is, and like why he does this stuff. And like, I mean, cause he's fully describing of how like Grendel is, and Grendel knows he's a monster, and he knows he's disgusting, like humans find him disgusting, animals in the wild find him disgusting, so like, I think he's just trying to make it come across as like, you know, there's a reason for why people are the way they are, and there's a reason why Grendel is the way he is, because like, what's been dealt his way. So,
Okay.
you don't necessarily have to feel sorry or pity.
Okay. Erin?
Kind of going off of that, I feel like it's a lot about, I mean, you know,
A lot about what?
I know it's a lot like when, like for anti-bullying stuff, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you get a lot of like, well, sometimes, like, it's not always the bully's fault, sometimes they just come from a really bad home and stuff. And it's weird because I've never agreed with that. I'm always like, well, just because you come from a bad history doesn't mean you have to make everybody else feel miserable.
Right.
I mean, it's a reason, but not an excuse.
Right.
So it's weird
like that.
because
Yeah.
I think the author's trying to I think he is trying to make us feel kind of sorry for him and be like, not everybody is who they seem to be,
Mhm.
so you need to learn the backstory and stuff,
Mhm.
but
Do you
I
see
just-
Grendel as a bully?
a little bit. I mean, part of it though is, I mean, if he was human, then it would be like definitely, he's a big bull.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
a huge scale.
I could
But
agree to that.
since
So
he's, like,
there's two things really so far that are relevant to us today, and that's the wastefulness and the war, and then the bullying factor, which has really become very prevalent in society in the past 5 years. There's all these anti-bullying campaigns, and I mean, it starts so young. You know, it starts on the playground, like kindergarten, the bullying does, and now schools, public schools have rules in their handbooks about bullying and how serious it is, and that you can, you know, get suspended for it or get, depending on the severity of it, get expelled for it, you know, arrested for it, depending on what it is. But, so Grendel could be depicted as a big bully, and everywhere he turns, he is shunned in a way, right, by the humans, by his mother, by the other forest animals, right? And I'm not trying to build a case to feel sorry for him, but if you put yourself in his position, which I think Gardner's trying to have the reader do, he is in a way also being bullied himself, possibly, right? And so it's just an interesting, different way to look at it. So about his writing style, you're not crazy about it, I understand. So if you had a chance to read another Gardner book at this point, I'm guessing it'd be no for some of you. What do you think, Renee?
I would read it again, cause it's like, I don't know, it's like, if you think about like teen romance novels, their writing style is about justice, like it doesn't have any higher level, it's just for a good read. So like, it's the same writing style as like a teen novel would be in, but then like, he's not talking about something that teens wanna talk about. So I think that's why it's not appealing to them so well, and probably others, like it's talking about a giant bee slaughtering people. So like, I think, I like the writing style, and I can even get into like what he's talking about. And I feel like it wouldn't be a challenging book, but it's just a easy read.
Okay. So some of readers may be turned off by the topic, some readers may be turned off by the writing style, you know, whatever the reason is. We're gonna pull other things from it, like how it relates to us today in our society in 2014, and bring those topics to discussion as well. Anything else from chapter 3? Okay, I'm gonna give you a reading assignment. How about just chapter 4? It's fairly short, actually. And plus you have a vocab quiz to study for. And a project or a paper to write, so. Maddie, yesterday, they went around the room and talked about, a project proposal. Are you gonna do a project or a paper?
Probably a project. I'm thinking about a board game.
Oh, that'd be good.
Awesome.
That would be so cool.
Well, I like that. Okay, awesome.
Do you have a due date for the?
Yes, we decided that October 8th, we thought a couple weeks from now might work. Does that sound doable? Okay, okay. Okay, so I might give a couple chapter reading assignment over the weekend. I'll just have to see. Who's coming to movie night? Anybody? Not sure. Okay. Yeah. Dead Poet Society or Dolphin Tale, if you wanna watch that, that's
I've seen Dolphin Tale.
a nice movie as well. It'll be, Dead Poet Society in here and Dolphin Tale in Faulkner's room. It was funny because Nicholas asked yesterday, if he could watch Dolphin Tale or something. Did he ask that? And I said, yeah, you'll probably be in there with a bunch of little girls, but that's up to you. It's a good movie.
Let's see the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen The Emperor's Club?
The Emperor's Club, no, I've
Seen
heard
the
of it.
It's a lot. It's a kind of, it's about an all-boys school, and, it's just a really good movie. I don't know, it's a lot like Dead Poet Society.
Okay.
But I mean, you know, not the same ending.
I'll have to look for that. Sometimes in the past, I've taught a book called A Separate Piece, and then we watched Dead Poet Society, and A Separate Piece takes place at a private school with similar things happening. It's a very good book, and if we had I might consider us reading it. It's good, it's very good.
The Emperor's Club has Kevin Kline.
Oh, okay,
That guy?
yeah,
And yeah, it's more about like it's like a specific kid and the teacher. The
okay,
kid's kind of messed up and the teacher's trying to push him to, I mean,
okay,
it's really good though.
okay. Have you guys seen Dangerous Minds? Michelle Pfeiffer, you know who she is? She goes into a rough high school and kind of like the same philosophy as Freedom Riders in a way, kind of. That's another movie for movie nights, Freedom Riders, that'd be a good one. Did we?
Yeah,
Okay.
showed that last year. That's a really good movie.
Did I show that last year?
Showed what?
Freedom Riders.
I actually saw that on TV a while
Mhm.
back.
Yeah, it is on occasionally.
I don't think I watched it, but still, it was a good movie.
Yeah. That's right, I remember now, it's coming back to me.
Oh, flashback.
Yeah, I didn't like the part where her husband left her.
I'm not sure.
I mean, because she was so committed to her job, I thought that was kind of low, but what are you gonna do?
can do the full.
Okay,
Just so you know.
sounds good, okay.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I got my unit all completed.
Excellent.
Sorry, so I'm gonna watch the movie.
Yes, but I have to show you something first
The
about,
class?
yeah, about your works cited page.
Okay.
Well, now it's making us see something. Okay. Okay, I see already.
I have to show them something about their works cited page before we start the movie, so
It's all good.
You don't
No,
mind.
we can wait.
sitting here watching that, yeah.
Someone wants a water bottle.
Sasha will just.
Oh.
That's the movie director's
Just put it on that bar stool.
Yep, the midget.
Okay, let's do your word of the day and then,
I'm sorry.
and then I will show you how to do a works cited page. You need to get your stuff out. Okay, before we start the movie. Okay, the word of the day today is terse. Okay, it is an adjective. It means brief and to the point. So if someone made a terse remark to you, it could be considered brief and to the point.
Are we
Quiz.
supposed?
Quiz tomorrow, don't forget, and your units due tomorrow.
Are we supposed to do 2 word of the days today?
Let's not, since we want to get to the movie soon, is that okay? And plus, I need to show you, how to set up your works cited page real quick before we start the movie, okay? When you're done with your word of the day, if you can grab this big packet I gave you yesterday, how to cite a source, I can show you real quick. This is your piece of paper, okay? Your works cited page goes at the very end of your paper. It's the very last page. And it needs to have this in the center. Works cited. Okay? Those are the works that you're citing, okay? Now, on your packet, you have your packet? It tells you what to do for a book with one author, which is what this is, okay? This is a book with one author. So, if you look at the examples given to you here, it's the last name first. So you're gonna put Wiesel. Okay, and then look at your example, comma, Ellie. Okay, just like it is on here, Bell, comma, Stewart. Okay. And then you put a period.